Now, the conclave to elect a new pope to lead the world's 1.4 billion Roman Catholics is underway at the Vatican. The 133 cardinals permitted to vote are inside the Sistine Chapel, where in total seclusion there, they will choose Pope Francis' successor. Let's cross live to the Vatican. My colleague Mariam Mashiri is standing by for us. Hi, Mariam.
Hi, Lewis. And as you mentioned earlier, the conclave to pick the 267th pontiff has begun. Earlier on this afternoon, we saw all 133 cardinal electors congregate in the Sistine Chapel under that beautiful Michelangelo fresco painted in the 16th century. It is there where voting is currently taking place. Now, during that procession, during the congregation ahead of that vote, we saw each cardinal one by one coming up to a copy of the Bible and swearing a sacred oath in terms of what he will do in the conclave to make sure the conclave is something, or the vote that he is giving to the next pope is something that currently tallies with the secret oath that they have been asked to give. Now, one of the things that's important to underline is that this is the biggest conclave in history. It's also the most diverse. We saw popes there swearing an oath from Tonga, from Madagascar, from Japan, from countries all around the world. And that is Pope Francis is doing. He is the one who created 108 of those 133 cardinals. And one of the reasons why we're seeing such a huge, diverse range of cardinals. Now, what's going to happen is, as we speak, they are each and every one of them voting inside the Sistine Chapel. After all of their votes have been placed inside that chalice, the votes will then be counted, and it is at the end of that process that we will see that chimney, the famous chimney atop the Sistine Chapel, billowing out smoke. It'll be black smoke if there has been no consensus. Remember, around 90 of the 133 need to agree for there to be a new pope. If that doesn't happen, then we're going to see black smoke pouring out from that chimney. If it does happen, if there is a new pope voted in, elected this evening, then it is white smoke you're going to see in the next hour or so. Important to underline that the longest conclave in history lasted 3 years. Remember, if there's no vote tonight for a pope, the conclave continues. 3 years, 1268 to 1271, the conclave that elected Gregory VI. One of the reasons why we now have a conclave behind closed doors to chivvy the cardinals along. The shortest conclave, Lewis, interestingly, was 10 hours long. That was 1503, the conclave to elect Pope Julius II. That conclave voted in the Pope in the very first vote. That may happen this evening, but it has to be said it's really, really unlikely, mainly because this is a huge conclave, 133 cardinal electors. Many of them haven't even met each other properly until the last few days. So there'll be a lot for these cardinals to think about. Yes, some people talk about how this is a political process, how the cardinals will work out who they want based on where they want the church to go. But Lewis, it's also very much a spiritual one for so many of the cardinals. They'll be sat there in the Sistine Chapel and they will be waiting for the voice of God to tell them exactly where their vote should go. So as I mentioned earlier, we await the black or white smoke here outside the Sistine Chapel in the next hour or so.
Thank you, Mariam.